How's everyone doing? My name is Excess. Styluswars Records, Net Hidings. So I just want to talk about FS Open and how I use it within my live PA setup. When I first started performing, after I started winning competitions, I was using a guitar loop pedal. And I would overdub and kind of recreate tracks live. I think it was like 2.0 at the time, which was Ableton, and I started using that within my live set. So then, I had to figure out, well, I need definitely a good audio interface to use with it. And through time, I started switching to more stand-based products, and now I use FS Open. It's cool for me because it's versatile. I get to kind of, set up my live PA show a couple different ways every time, depending on the application, depending on if I have some new material. So it kind of gives me that freedom if I want to use two turntables into the mixer and then to go into the amp and then to go into Ableton, or if I want to use a guitar or any live instrument to go into the amp and then again into my laptop. So it just gives me that freedom.
Keep it moving, y'all. Yeah. Keep it moving. Yeah. You can feel it in the air.
Hey, what's up, everybody, man? My name is Johnny Juice. I am a DJ, producer. I DJ for the group Public Enemy. You might have heard my work before on Nation of Millions and Bum Rush the Show. Being that we are constantly touring and we are constantly working on records, meaning Public Enemy, it's very conducive for us to have a way to record while we're out on the road. The fact that the Scratch Amp has, the inputs for the turntables as well as MIDI input or mic input to get rough vocals down or something like that. That could all be utilized, minimal fuss, using whatever software we decide to use. I personally use Cakewalk Sonar. I am playing a song that I did in Sonar through the Scratch Amp. Scratch Amp is an all-purpose audio interface that can be used with any program that supports ASIO and WDM. It's nice and diesel. It's able to handle a lot of road abuse, and we abuse everything on the road.
What's up, guys? My name is DJ Illnaughty. I'm here to show you guys how I use my setup with my MPC and the Scratch Amp. We got a couple things here to show you. I'm gonna first of all record a beat into a program called SoundForge. So once I get it into SoundForge, I need to import it into FINALSCRATCH, because what I'm doing here is I'm trying to create a mixtape of my own original music. And I can do all of that within the one computer without ever having to shut down any programs or having to have another laptop hanging out or anything like that, because the ScratchAmp is a 4-in, 6-out audio interface. Now that we've exported the file from SoundForge, I have it on my desktop. I'm gonna open up FINALSCRATCH and I'm gonna drop it onto one of the decks here. So, instant gratification. Alright guys, so what's going on here is that basically I'm prepping up a song that I made on my MPC to be able to be played on vinyl, and I'm doing a couple cuts over it because I want to be able to put together a mixtape of some original stuff at the same time. So basically I'm preparing my live set at the same time as I'm actually creating a studio project.
How you doing?
How you doing, everybody? My name is Jase from Verbal Beats. I am a DJ / beatboxer. I'm here today to show you how I use Stanton FINALSCRATCH and the ScratchAmp as an interface to work with Pro Tools and FINALSCRATCH at the same time. What I'm doing here is recording my own beatboxing sounds and other types of samples. I'm recording those into a loop pedal, then recording it into FINALSCRATCH. And that allows me to put my sounds or sample on the piece of vinyl. So now I can manipulate my sounds by scratching and record into Pro Tools. What this allows me to do is do everything really fast. So once I capture it into my loop pedal, I can record it into FINALSCRATCH and then instantly have it here. So in Pro Tools, I'll start on track 1 with the beatboxing. And then on the next track down, on track 2, I'll record a bass sound. And then I'll scratch that bass sound over the drum pattern. I usually start in the studio first to get the loops perfect. At the same time that I'm doing that in the studio, I'm practicing for my live set. This is one way that I utilize the Stanton FINALSCRATCH amp, and I'm sure when I get back into the studio tomorrow, I find a different way of how I can hook all my gear up.